since August 2 months.
Mm.
So, and I
You
just came
guys
back
know
a couple
what?
of weeks ago.
Listen, do you know we've been doing all that talking and we are not live? We are just now live.
I thought I just saw that.
Oh, wow. I just got the
Oh,
notification.
sis, 29 seconds, 30 seconds.
Wow. Well, everybody, we messed that up. We have been walking and talking live for our whole session. And we had Kathy Hillsman on here, and we've been speaking with Bella from Hungry Hair. Nobody noticed that. We were
I can't
not
even see
live.
my I can't even see my screen.
Oh wow. So hopefully I'll be able to um we've been doing a lot of talking. What we'll probably have to do is come back on. Uh, I'll do a quick, let me go find a shaded area so we can talk about what we've been talking about. So Bella's been talking about hungry hair, healthy hair, natural hair. Kathy Hillsman was on from Illinois talking about schools, and this is crazy. I can't believe we've been doing all that talking and not live. But like I was saying, we've had a lot going on this week, and wow. We were talking about Simply Jewel, health services and cosmetics, how we're going to start bringing awareness to people that they can watch or watch these excerpts. We're going to be coming on live. We also want you to know that there's a sale, a 5 day, I think it's 4 days left, where you can uh, buy a lipstick and get a free body butter. But we had such a conversation today with Joyce and Bella and Kathy. I'm kind of sad that you guys didn't get in on it. I just noticed that it was live, that we were not live. So go ahead, Bella. You guys can catch the end of it. And um, we now have about 15 more minutes. If you guys want to talk for the next 15 minutes, is perfectly fine with me. Um, but yeah, we've been walking and talking, and we had such a good time. Nobody realized that we were live, that we were not live. Okay, go ahead, Bella and Joyce.
Yeah, Bella, you go ahead and tell us about your business so we can get that.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Bella,
Bella,
go
go
ahead
ahead
and
and tell us about your business so we can get that in. Yeah, that'll be on the platform.
Okay. I am. My name is Bella, and I am the founder of Hungry Hair. It's an all natural, organic, vegan, cruelty and fragrance free hair care line. And I think I'm gonna come on. I think I put my cap on. Today's wash day, so I had to put something on my head because I am ready to get it done. So uh, Hungry Hair kind of came out of necessity for me. I was working in a poultry plant in the freezer where they use the CO2. So this was like freezer times 10 type deal. And I went to a salon to get my hair done, and it just broke my hair all off. And in that, I was desperate to get it back. So I started doing my research, and I really decided I was not going to put any more chemicals in my hair. And with doing that, I learned how hair can grow if you give it what it needs. You feed it the same way you feed your body. So I really focused on using food and all natural products and I did get some length back. I'm currently like maybe mid shoulder blade, going towards the end of my shoulder blade. But like I said, I had a few hiccups where a hair just was not a top priority. Being homeless with three kids, I had work to do, so I left a lot of hair on the table in the past like year and a half, 2 years. Uh, my girls did really good. They're like mid back. My oldest, my youngest is a little past mid back bra strap length. So they're doing their hair is doing really well because of course mommy puts them first. Um so I'm always at the end of my to-do list, but they're doing really well. I've learned that over the time that I've been growing my hair back, that if you're kind of consistent with your regimen and the products that you use, a lot of people aren't getting the results, and a lot of it has to do with the products and what's in those products. You have a lot of sulfates and parabens. Those things are going to cake and build up on your hair, and if you have buildup, then you can't get what you need into your hair shaft in order to get the growth and the length or the health, which is the major thing, because you can't get anything until you get yourself healthy. You have to get the hair, your scalp, you have to get all of that healthy. And this my initial line that I'm launching is for health. It's only focused on getting your hair healthy, hydrated, and nourished. That's the main focus. That's all we're doing with this line. Now with this line you are going to get some growth, but this second line that I have coming out is more focused on how we in Africa cared for our hair. So it's going to take us back to the motherland. We're going to be at home using what we're supposed to be using and to get the growth that we need. Because there are tons of countries over there where they have a ton of hair. I mean, just hair down their backs, mid thigh, and over here, we never knew that was possible. We were taught your hair is nappy, put a perm in it and assimilate. Teach your hair to conform like we've been taught to conform. We're too this, we're too that, we're too extra. But you have to understand that your everything about us is perfectly designed. There's nothing wrong with your hair or the way that it grows out of your head, but we're just misunderstood because we were brought over here as cattle, so we were never considered as a person or our hair. None of that mattered. We were just here for functionality, you know. So we have to kind of lose a lot of the things that we've been taught about our hair. And I actually did like some market research. And if anybody's interested, I would love to send you those questions also, about how you think about your hair. And when I was looking at it, it just made me so sad. The way we talk about our hair and we describe our hair, it's never anything really positive. We're either putting a chemical in it or we're braiding it down to plug someone else's hair in. You've never took the time to realize the beauty. The kinks and the curls, those are designed by God because we're in a hot climate. We're from the heat. So the heat has to travel down that shaft. Your hair is really air conditioned. Those nostrils, there's flare, our noses, they're designed because we intake a lot of heat. So we need that extra. It's nothing wrong. You have to think about all the things that we're told are wrong or something's different or we need to fix or we need to change. All of those things they were put there for a purpose. And you have to understand that. And once you embrace the fact that there's nothing wrong with my hair, there's nothing wrong with my nose, there's nothing wrong with anything about me. I am perfectly and marvelously designed. You can understand that you just need to learn how to do. We were never taught that. We were never taught that your hair is coarse because it's dry, it's hungry, it's thirsty. It needs some things. We didn't know, you know. And what I love about this new age is the younger generation, these young girls that are growing up natural, they're embracing their curls. Their little girls are never going to feel like I have to teach my hair to assimilate. I have to put a perm in or slap a wig on in order to go for a job interview. I went to a job interview like 3 years ago, and the entire interview, the lady is just staring at my hair. She's talking to me, but her eyes never left my hair. And at the end, she was saying that she did, I had all the qualifications, but what was I going to do about that? What you mean that? What that? I don't think my customers are really going to understand your hair. You don't understand curly hair. No one that they've never seen curly hair before. So, she was asked that I cover my hair as to not offend her customers. My hair is offensive, you know. So it's just a lot, and we have to unlearn the negative things that we've been taught about our hair. It will grow. It's not nappy, it's not difficult. It may be a little high maintenance, I'll give you that, but all good things are sometimes. But it's not something that's undoable, you know. Once you give your hair what it needs to thrive, you'll learn it. You'll actually meet your hair for the first time. You'll find yourself in the mirror like, oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Look at this curl. You're going to pick it up and be like, look at this length, things of that nature. I remember as I was training my curls to come in now, I don't have a problem. If my hair won't do anything, I know it will curl, you know, but it takes time to train it, to teach it what you want it to do. Did I lose?
I think Joyce is on mute. Can you guys hear me? We are having some technical difficulties, and I'm not sure what happened, but I am walking. Stand by.
Jewel?
I'm sorry, Bella. We started having technical difficulties. I don't know if Joyce is going to come back on, but I was trying to get across uh to Kathy that we have been doing we had such a great conversation, and then we couldn't come on live. I don't even know what happened where we weren't on live, but yes, I did hear what you were saying, and I was going to ask you that. So in your area, do they still have a problem with natural hair? Because I know different states were fighting for that. And here it passed about the crown law. Did you
Yeah.
know about that?
Yes, I've been watching that, but yeah, it was she had a restaurant. It was exclusive. And she was kind of worried about how her customers would respond to me as like the hostess. My personality and all of that was great. She felt good about, but she wasn't sure how they would uh, receive me and my curls. And it was kind of rough to braid my hair down and slap a wig on. But at that point, I was still I was working 2 jobs, getting money to get us moved. So I braided it down and slapped a wig on, the little bob, and out the door I went, because it was just bigger fish to fry for me. I can't,
Yes,
I can't stand on principles and me and my babies be outside.
right. Well, I
Definitely not.
understand because I always had a perm. I used to do press and curls and get my hair pressed and curled. And now, as I got older and once I finished uh cosmetology school, I started dyeing my hair and doing everything. But now, as I get older, my hair is thinning out. So, in these times, it's the funniest thing that everybody's going back to natural hair. Like in the '70s, people wore natural hair, and I may try and put a picture up. I don't know if I can share this. Let me see if I can share. Um, let's see if I can share a picture of when I had my hair. Oh, it's not going to let me. So we'll have to do that another day where I can try to share some pictures of what the afro was like in the '70s. And
I loved them. Oh, Lana Richie and them Commodores with that big fro. Oh, it was the
yes,
best. I was like, well, why did we leave that?
right. And everybody tried. Well, the reason why was because people were working, starting to work, and they needed an easier way um, to take care of their hair. And that was part of it. And the hair was totally much more healthier when we were natural. But when the perms and the colors came in, that's when we started changing our hair, and the texture of our hair was changing. And a lot of people would go and get their hair done, but they didn't know how to keep it up. And so those that could afford to get their hair done, they continued getting perms because they can go get their hair done every week, and then
Hmm.
the cosmetologists, we would help them to keep their hair healthier. But now, with people going back to natural hair, there's a whole group of people that don't know how to take care of natural hair, and that's because they've been wearing a perm. So yeah, this is a good time for you to start educating people how to take care of their hair. Oh, let me pull Joyce back on.
Yeah, and that's what I like on my training class. The
Uh-huh.
very first thing we cover is managing your expectations, because if you've been permed for the past 10 years, your expectations are gonna change. You're gonna definitely need to get some. You're gonna need to get a reality check, because you're gonna come into it with what you've been used to your hair doing for the past 10 years, but your natural hair can't function like a perm. So your expectations are gonna have to change. So I try to
Right.
make it clear that what you're used to is not what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
You're gonna get natural hair, you're gonna get hair that's easy to manage, but it's gonna take some work. But your
Yeah.
hair can't do what a chemical perm hair can do. It just
Right.
can't. Your expectations are gonna have to change.
Exactly. It's like anything else. It's mindset, mind over matter. You got to
Right.
learn to change. They want everybody else to assimilate. Well, we people have assimilated to do certain things, but now we have to get to the point where, okay, you got to get that knowledge. Like we've been saying, with anything, it's knowledge, mind over matter. Change your mindset. Same thing with eating healthy. You got to change your mindset and you got to keep doing it and be consistent, because if you do something 21 times, right, that means that it becomes a habit. So, same thing like your hair. Get into, for those that have been wearing wigs or perms and they want to go natural, you do have to learn how to bring your hair back. You also have to strip some of the layers that's on the hair shaft. And so using natural organic product will also help with that. And it takes,
Right.
like for me, I this is my fourth year, I think, going natural. But I've always had a perm. I've always wrapped and tapped my hair. And I've always had the tools to keep my hair healthy. It wasn't until I moved to another state where there's no altitude. Um, well, we're in high altitude. There's no humidity here. So my hair changed and it got thin. And then I kept coloring my hair. And when I colored my hair, it dried out and it broke off. And that's when I had to get back to the basics. I tell
Right.
people all the time, get back to basics and work from there. Same thing with your body. Get back to basics and work from there. Because if you don't know your blood levels and you don't know your blood ranges, you haven't had a blood test, you have no idea what your body is going to need. So, for those that are trying to make healthy choices and do all these things, you can't make healthy choices if you don't get back to basics. And you can't make healthy choices if you've not had a physical and know what your blood levels are doing. So,
Right.
yeah,
You got to
it's a
be
lot.
in, you got to have the information. You got to be informed, you know.
Exactly.
And
And
that's
so
why
that's what this time is all about, gaining knowledge. So gain the knowledge. And like you say, you're teaching classes on how to take care of your hair, or those that, have had a perm for so long, it grows because you're to trim your hair every 4 to 6 weeks. Some people trim their hair every 6 to 8 weeks, but it does grow because it's protein. So if we give that information and give that knowledge and help people to understand what they need to do to grow their hair back, there's bees out here. Let me get away. I'm being
oh
chased by
yeah.
bees. Oh Lord, help me. Hold on, hold on. Oh girl, I'm being chased by bees.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
looking all
Leave it
good. You in
alone.
that bright green, face all made, looking all pretty. Yeah, they chasing you.
Well, my face isn't made because guess what? I thought I brought my makeup. I have concealer on. I'm getting ready to go do a client, and I have to go do um, a interview on someone, and so I kind of messed up my day. I had everything packed up, but then I think I got sidetracked and forgot to bring my makeup. So
Well,
yeah,
you
I
don't
don't
need it.
know
I
what my
thought you look.
face
I
is.
think you look real pretty. I was like, look
Really?
at her.
Well, let me go out in the sun and see because I can't see myself. And you know what's hard is um, we're walking and talking. So we have a lot of interference with the sun and we can't see our screens. And so I don't know what I look like half the time
You
when
look
we're
pretty to
going
me.
on. Well, thank you.
Y'all both
Well,
look pretty. Done walked all this time. Y'all looking real good.
Well, we did some
Thank you,
serious
Bella.
walking, and we're normally here from 7:30 to 9:30 Mountain Time. So if you like to come again, we'll put you on the list. And every Saturday at
Definitely.
this time, we'll send the links. If you're able to come out, that'll be great. And if you're
I,
not able to come out, there's a link every Saturday that's different. So you can't use the same link, but I'll be glad to put you on the out of town list and I'll send you all a link. The same place. Well, we will be walking in a different part, but same time. And we'll come up with topics. And I'm so sorry that I missed Kathy when we thought we were walking and talking. And I don't think any of us realized that it wasn't live. So she's been one of our biggest supporters, and I just want to thank Kathy for coming on, and thank you, Bella, for coming on. And as always, Joyce, thank you for supporting what we do. And we had a couple more people that came on or that were wanting to come on, and I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get them on. So my apologies to everyone for not being able um, to record this whole session, but we will do it again. And thank you once again for coming on. And let's see what happens next week.
Okay, I will definitely be here.
Okay, and we'll have more conversations. We'll pick up where we left off today, and we'll kind of reiterate it again um, next week, just because I don't know what I did, but we missed everything. But you know how it goes, technical difficulties, and that's just what happens in this thing called life that we're
Yeah.
living in these times. So yeah, thanks again, and don't forget. You should be able to put that information on. Are you on Facebook now where you can add that information?
When I tried to go in, it kicked me out of here. So I said I was gonna do it after we got off. I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and add that. Uh and Joyce, please, not Joyce, Jewel, please give Joyce my number, and
Okay.
I'll make sure we'll get everything set up for you, and
Okay.
we can talk about it and see what your hair is and what's going on, and we could come up with a game plan to get what you
Okay.
want. I want to see what your desires are.
Okay. My
Yeah,
idea
and
is
also,
to get with you kind of live, like when I go to in person, face to face, so you can
Hmm.
actually see and feel. Because when I
Right.
go back to Georgia, I would love to stop by, or we can meet somewhere, and we can chat. And because you say you're like 20 miles out of Georgia,
Yeah, I'm by Augusta. What part of Georgia are you going to?
Atlanta,
Okay, so I'm
but you're
about
20 out
two
of
and a half
Augusta.
hours away from you. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. I could come there and we can have lunch or something, and that way you can see what my hair is doing, and you can probably tell by looking and feeling what it's needing.
Right.
Yeah,
I
because
can
it's
see
kind of
some
hard.
now, but when you
Hmm.
come though, what we'll do is when you come that first time,
Hmm.
I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and do the whole line. We can do it start to finish. If you
Hmm.
don't mind, I would like to film it or get your
Right.
testimony or what your honest
And
feedback on
that's
it.
good because that will help me on my platform, what I'm doing too. So I'm starting
What are you
mine
doing?
first. Well, I'm going to do a 360 and 360. So I was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to start this like last year, and I've started my walks and everything, and my eating habits changing that. So I want to get it started full blown on the 1st of September. So that's going to be a total body change with weight, hair, nails, skin, everything
Okay.
yeah.
overall.
So
So,
you guys see, that's what this is all about. Maybe follow each other, and then you can message each other, and I'll
mhm.
so that we can all keep in touch and support one another, because that's what it's all about. Especially now, people are becoming independent and self sufficient. And so we can share that information and share that knowledge. And as Bella, as you know, we hold each other accountable
Yeah.
for what we're trying to do. So that's the beauty of this thing, is to hold each other accountable to make sure that we reach our goals and we support one another. So I look forward to seeing where we're going with this, because it's nothing like supporting one another. Um,
Right.
So yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Okay. Well, then, Joyce, I think for this time we'll do, maybe next time we'll be able, we can also come back to the same link and talk to
Mhm.
one another, although it won't be live, but we'll be able to come to the same link and talk. So when we do the next one, you'll get a new link and we can, communicate and connect that way.
Yeah.
Right, definitely. And I'll be up. Hopefully, the weather here will let me walk. But if not, what I'll do is
Right.
I'm gonna start because I have got to get more steps in. Because
Mhm.
working at a desk and then all day at the desk or either right there mixing product, I don't get a lot of steps in. So
Right.
we can
Right.
definitely do that. I know the fall I'll be with you all the way because I actually have like a huge lap. I can walk right here where I am. I can just walk out my door. And where my
Okay.
landlord is, he has a big field that he cuts. So I have like my own personal track out the door. So I really
Nice.
have no excuse not to get my steps in. So
That's
I've been
right.
doing that after, since when I take the girls to school. I started last week. I did it a couple days. I just walked it, and I'm trying not to do too much because I have not been moving at all.
Yo, okay. Well, yeah, that's what this is all about. Just come on and walk and talk. And if you notice, like I said, Joyce, she was getting it today. She was walking and talking, and she didn't even realize, did you? Did you realize how fast you were going?
No.
Because yeah, so she did that today. So that's what this is all about. Get your walk on, get to talking. You don't even realize that you walked 5 miles. So yeah,
Right.
that's a beautiful thing. Okay, guys. Well, thanks so much, Bella, and always Joyce. Thanks for supporting. And
You're welcome.
like I say on the podcast, until next we wrap, you are watching simplyjewel.com. Health services and cosmetics. Thank you, everybody. Bye
You're
bye.
Thank
welcome.
you. Have a
Bye.
good
Nice meeting you,
day.
Bella. You
Thank
You
too.
you.
too. Hungry Hair, the Facebook page.
Okay,
You
I'll
can
look
Hungry
go
for it.
here.
there and like the page, and then I'll come right back and message you.
Okay.
And
Okay.
there you go. That's how you do that. Thank you. Okay, bye bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Oh, that was